it's been what, like 2-3 weeks since we've done a build because of like everything going on.
Yeah, I think so.
Week.
What?
Oh, we did do one last week. We had a whole Jesus. I'm so fucking off in general. No, you know what it is. You know why I feel that? Because we were supposed to do a show on Sunday,
right,
and that didn't end up happening. So I just felt like now it's just, yeah, my whole equilibrium is off, and I'm in fucking Phoenix, and I blame Arizona.
The iced tea company? That's not very nice.
I do blame the iced tea company because as a diabetic, I can't drink that shit anymore. I wish I could. I would pound fucking Arizonas right now if I could.
I mean, you still can.
Yeah, if I wanted to fucking have a diabetic coma.
Right.
You can. It's not suggested, but you can.
Yeah, I know. I really do miss drinking Arizonas, and even like the light ones still have like 32 grams of sugar in them. So like,
are there no unsweet ones, or
I don't think they do.
Unsweet Arizonas.
What I have right now, I don't know if you guys are into Liquid Death. Liquid Death is amazing. This is Killer Cola. This actually tastes like a decent cola for being a cola flavored water. It's actually decent.
I've only had regular Liquid Death because you can probably guess who actually has it.
The shits?
No. Salem has nothing but Liquid Death at his house.
Really?
Yeah.
Salem?
Yep. Absolutely.
Nothing but Liquid Death.
Yep.
That's hilarious. I ran into like 3 new flavors yesterday because I had to go to the store real quick, and yeah. Anyways, I am stalling on here, ladies and gentlemen. The show is brought to you by the good folks over at the deliciousness that is. Wait a minute.
Phil's neck.
The deliciousness that is Dubby.
There it is.
The problem is that I'm again trying to do this without seeing it because I'm on a very small table. Ladies and gentlemen, Dubby is a fuck.
It's a fuck. All right.
W is a fuck. All right. That's all we need.
Help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrin, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Now, it's very obvious that I am not on W right now. I did not bring any W with me, and I wish I had because I have gone an entire day without food as well right now, which my wife was listening to me right now. She would murder me. No, I actually.
But she's a whole other state away, so it's okay.
I know, right? So remember I told you guys on Tuesday that the hotel gives you free drinks. Well, I skipped that, but they do have like a free dinner buffet thing. So I went and like grabbed a hot dog and like scarfed it on my way up here.
Nice.
Because I was like, I need something, man. I've gone the entire day with nothing. So. But yes, guys, W contains Neurofactor. Neurofactor is a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about W at www.w.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. Somehow I was able to just spout all of that off without reading the copy and being completely destroyed right now. So
wow. All right.
What could you ask for?
I know, right? Guys, get your W. It is worth it. That being said, let's bring on the guest. Now, you guys have, if you're longtime viewers of the show, and he wasn't on that long ago, but I mean, we This guest has been on the show. I'll reiterate that he was an internationally touring comedian and writer. He's still a comedian, just not touring.
Yeah.
But he is a writer, and he's been featured on all kinds of stuff: Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Tubi, Roku. He used to be a podcaster. Maybe he's jumping back into podcasting. But he is a amazingly talented guy. And I'm sure as we know from the last time he came in here, he probably still disappoints his parents. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. He's Latino. That's the way it is. Deece Casillas.
Woo!
How you doing, man?
And my mic is muted. Hello, how are you?
Hey!
Good to be here. Good to be here. And just for clarity, anyone who does know me, the show, I do still do a weekly it's a semi-weekly podcast now. The Social Hour, new episodes most Wednesdays. It just is catch as catch can with travel. But and I don't tour internationally anymore because I'm a goddamn patriot and fuck those other commie countries. My comedy is for red-blooded Americans who God loves only.
I only do capitalist comedy.
America.
Oh shit, my blood's green. Does that mean I have to go?
No, it
It's a
is.
copper base.
I only do my comedy for capitalists. Fuck
That's
the
right.
rest of you.
That's right.
All comedy is equal, but some is more equal than others.
Oh man. So we had you on before, and now we're back because you have a new campaign starting soon, right?
I do, yeah. New Kickstarter campaign is launching February 1st for Kill Stand number 2. The first campaign was went gangbusters. We actually we fully funded in 5 days, and we ended up about $2,000 over our initial goal. So it was great. Number one, kicking ass. We've been selling out at comic book shops where they carry it. We sold out our first print run in like about a month or so. So I mean, it's been great.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're excited for number 2. A lot of great goodies, some exclusive covers, less expensive buy-ins to get the new issue and even the second issue or the first issue too. If you didn't happen to get that one.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How long is your campaign running for?
Just for 30 days. So we'll do 30 days, and then so it'll end right at the kind of couple days into March, and then we could be going to print almost immediately, if not already at the printer when the Kickstarter ends. So we'll be able to fulfill Kickstarter rewards probably within a couple weeks of the campaign closing, which will be nice. Get people those books. Yeah, we get a lot of messages now, people asking when number 2's coming, clamoring for it. So I'm hurrying. I'm as fast as I can, as fast as my artist can scribble, and we'll make
So shorter campaign, but basically you made it suck your dick within 5 days.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh.
So for the people that don't know, what is your book about?
It's called Kill Stan. It is basically the long elevator pitch is suicide by vigilantism. Guy wants to end his own life, so he decides to do it through vigilantism. So it's kind of a neo-noir crime thriller on the surface. But really, it's a character piece about loss and trauma and the crazy things we do when we feel like we have nothing left to live for.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Good book, man. If you haven't read it, you should probably pick it up and check it out because it actually is a really good book.
Yeah.
Thank you. We've been getting really, really great feedback. People have really connected with it, which is great. I mean, like I said, I kind of secretly pitch this as this, like crime thriller, but people, once people get hooked on it, they realize like, oh, this is not that so much. It's about this guy and his trauma and his, feeling of despair and what that sinks him to, when you're at rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, basically it is, trauma.
Hey.
I think it's something we can all relate to, right?
Yeah.
Trauma bonding. Let's go.
Hey.
I mean, I'm a millennial. That's all I have.
There we go. Lord knows you won't have Social Security, so that shit's gone soon.
Gotta get something that just builds interest. Oh wait, sadness. Never mind.
Depression.
There you go.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps giving.
Sadness. That is the description of my life.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Like I said, you never saw a horse give up and die of sadness in the swamp next to a giant.
Fuck you. Yes, I did. All right. Stop bringing up our tax.
Never.
That is the most fucked. Speaking of, that's like the most fucked up scene in a kids movie. Kids movies in the 80s were so fucked up. Like they were. I mean, like. It's just he's like, no, don't think sad thoughts, and then it just like smash cut to this kid sitting on a stump, just like, like Jesus Christ, man!
It's just
like,
unhinged, man. Yeah.
You want me to deal with this guy who just lost his beloved horse? This kid, I have to face my own mortality at 6.5 because I stayed. Fuck, man.
We're not even gonna bring up Return to Oz.
Oh my God. I actually have like a weird love for that movie.
So do we. We fucking love that movie.
It's so good. It's so fucked up. But like, I remember it's one of the movies I watched real young, and I'm like, because you're like, oh, Wizard of Oz. I'm a kid. I like Wizard of Oz. Then you watch this, you're like, holy shit. Like, I don't know what an acid trip is like, but I think I just had one.
No. What makes it even more fucked up is it's based on shit from the books. So it's like, this is shit that's canon.
Right. Yeah. Well, what's his name? R.L. Baum or Baum? What the fuck is his name? Yeah, there were a ton of books. I mean, there's so many like Oz books, and he really wrote a lot of. There was fucking lead in everything. These people had fucking horse lead in their teeth, lead in their fucking water. They're fucking use mercury to get ghosts out of their blood. These people were crazy.
Yeah,
exactly. But they could buy a house for like 2 pennies and a nickel.
Yeah. And all their brains were rotting of syphilis. It's a trade-off.
I mean, hey, look. I mean, if you go deep enough into like Dune or something, it gets pretty fucked up too. So
syphilis and a $5 house or fucking $400,000 houses that we have now.
Yeah. $5 house is what got me syphilis in the first place.
Right.
You always wear a condom in Haiti, it turns out.
No matter what you're doing. Just wear it.
At all times.
Yeah, you can just be flying over Haiti airspace. Probably wrap up just to be sure.
Yeah. Let's put on a hazmat suit. Also, we apologize to the entire country of Haiti.
I stand by that statement.
No. Just know you might see a really hot Haitian chick. Don't do it.
Nope.
Yeah.
But what if she has 3 pennies for Shadoo?
Well, Shadoo.
This is the difference.
Shadoo's like 3 penny opera. I'm there.
Oh man. So I mean, you talk about your next book, and after this, what's your goal for the rest of this year? Then are you going to try to do another issue or 2 this year?
Oh yeah. Hopefully, potentially 3 before the end of the year. Nice. 3 more. We can get them done about every 3 months. So, and what I'm really hoping is if the momentum we see, this trend continues upward as we've had it, I might be, I'm willing to financially incentivize my artist to do less of other things he's doing and do more of the comic books so we can get them out even faster. So that's if we keep trending upward the way on the clip we have been, then we might be able to do that. Otherwise, we're at about 3 months, every 3 months. So if I get one out in March, I should be able to get 3 more out by the end of the year. So
wow.
Yeah, if I can have 5 issues out at least by 2026, that'd be great. But honestly, I'd like to see more than that. That's the plan.
So do you have like an overall like this is exactly where the story is going to end, and it's like you have just a firm thing, then that's it, or are you kind of just like kind of gardening it as you go along?
No, I got the 10 issues written. It's a 10-issue series. It's written out. It's I know how it ends. Yeah, I know the whole shebang. It's ready to go. So it's just as fast as my artist can draw it and then get it colored and lettered and stuff like that, and then run the Kickstarter. So yeah, we were able to, I was able to kind of figure out the, kind of workflow a little better after doing the first one to figure out how quickly, because before I was like, I got all the pages from my artist, then I sent him to the colorist, and then he had to do that, then he had to do the lettering, then we did the Kickstarter. Now I'm like, as soon as I get, pages from, he's done with the page, I get it, I send it to the colorist. That way, by the time he's done drawing that last page, it's the only thing that needs to be colored and lettered. Everything else is done. We've done all the edits. We're up to date. Like, we have the time. So I just streamlined the workflow to make it more efficient, and we can get everything quicker instead of segmenting everything separately.
Very cool.
Yeah. I mean, at that rate, you're going to be done with the 10 issues maybe by 2027.
That would be ideal. I mean, honestly, like it sounds like a lofty goal, but I have a feeling we're going to find a way to be able to do this faster.
Yeah.
Just again, I mean, I've been working my ass off marketing this thing. I've been getting a lot of great opportunities and getting into some new places. And right now my artist does other work. He has a job also. So, my
job
this comic book doesn't pay his mortgage, it turns out. The page rate I pay him, turns out that's not enough. But my goal is that if we can get this booming enough, like I said, I can financially incentivize him to do less of that and do more of the comic book. And because the reality is, like, I'm not that concerned with, I'm not like trying to get rich off this thing. So I'd rather have it out faster. And if I can make a little money on it, great. Like I'm already in the black on it. So that's good. But if I make a little less and it gets it out faster, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because it turns out entertainment doesn't pay.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Yeah.
That's why I still have a fucking job, and that's why we started late.
What? you have to work. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, that is the benefit I have with this, is like the comic book is, I kind of have the time and the ability to just work on it, because like I book my comedy schedule as I want. So if I need to make it a little more lean for stuff, I can. If I need to fatten it up, I can. I do all my own booking stuff. So plus I run a production company that's I've got shows I produce across the country. So that's like mailbox money, easy, just comes in, and I can kind of float off that for a little bit if I want to do no shows for a couple weeks and just focus on stuff. I have that flexibility, that latitude. So it's made it really advantageous for me to get the project done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you mentioned you were a comedian. What's kind of that journey been like?
Oh man.
For that.
I mean, I've been doing comedy for 17 years now. Something like that. So I've been doing it a long time.
And he hasn't been fully canceled yet, so we're good.
But just you wait, the entire country of Haiti is about to cancel.
Yeah.
He hasn't been fully canceled yet.
Fully. Oh, yeah, fully.
I mean, I've certainly had people try, believe me. But who are they going to tell? Nobody knows who I am. So yeah, this asshole is like, who? Yeah, like exactly. It's been, I mean, I do love comedy, and I'm never going to give it up, no matter how great comic books goes, but it's
We're going to let it
Well, it's like I'm able to. I'm trying to book my comedy and comic book convention tours together because like
Mhm.
I'm booking out the year with a bunch of comic book conventions. So once my plan is, and what I've been able to do is book comedy shows in those same towns on the same weekend. So I'll like come in a day or two early, do some shows, then I do the convention, and then maybe do another show last night I'm there, and then head out. So I kind of get to double down on any city I hit for these things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh,
ever
smart.
doing that? Do you ever have an overlap with people at the con going to your show?
No, not yet anyway.
For market,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah,
surprising.
you gotta cross promote, you know.
I tried. So I did the show at the LA Comic Con a couple years ago, and I was doing a show like next door of the convention center at this brewery, and I tried. Honestly, knowing comic book fans, it's just not like a big crossover. It's like those Venn diagrams are like not
Right.
even touching. It's just two bubbles in different atmospheres.
So what you're saying is nerds and those that like to laugh.
Yeah,
Don't-
yeah. I mean, like your
Those nerds are
typical
all very, very serious.
typical comic book fans are just like not super social, super outgoing. But
ADHD, it's a bitch.
yeah, so we
I feel attacked.
we'll see. I mean, I've talked to some conventions about, I've offered, I'll be like, trying to be like, hey, what if I'll do a show for just the exhibitors, like,
Mhm.
Right.
like, let's hook up some, give me a free table and I'll do a show one night just for the exhibitors of the, like you can offer it to the people who bought tables to present for the weekend or whatever. So
Have been like that. It's
yeah.
pretty.
So I'm working with trying to do that a little bit, but it's a little tough. The crossover is not huge, I don't think.
I'm wondering now. So I remember a couple of years ago at LA Comic Con, because we go every year. We made a point of going to a comedy show that happened on the floor. It was on a Friday, I want to say. We might have seen you on stage, man.
Oh, I don't know. When was it? 4 years ago, you said?
It was a couple of years ago.
When was it it was a few years ago, probably 3, something like that.
That sounds about right. I'm trying to remember who was the headliner. It was somebody that we knew.
Hey, man, I don't know. Well, if I wasn't memorable, it wasn't me. So, because I'm always you would have remembered. That's what I like to think so. Anyway,
no. What I do remember is all the comedians that were on stage were, everybody was pretty funny. The issue is just more so that it was a comedy show with a bunch of names that I had never heard of before then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I didn't really think to go and like look everybody up after the fact.
Yeah. Could have been me. I've been around. I mean, I was there for like 3 and 4 years ago. I was at the show. So who knows?
It says he's been around. And when he says he's been around, he means to Haiti for all the STDs.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, if you get them all, you can't get them again.
I was about to say, you gotta catch them all.
Right,
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, you can't get herpes twice.
That's what they say, right? That's what the law is.
That's right.
Right?
It just reminds me of The Simpsons, where Mr. Burns goes to the doctor. He's like, what you see is like all your diseases are trying to get through the same door at the same time, and they can't fit. So you're saying I'm indestructible.
Excellent.
So with this written for the 10 issues, do you have anything that you can tell us about that you might be working on outside of Kill Stan without any spoilers or NDAs or anything?
That I'm working on for the comic book, or for something for.
Or
for
are you gonna do a
Just in
different,
general.
a separate
Anything
comic
else.
even after like Kill Stan?
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. I've got another book I'm working on. That's I've actually got a couple that I've written that I'm going to follow up with. So I'm going to keep going, keep publishing, keep you know that. And again, that's my hope that this trajectory continues to where we're in a position that I can actually publish multiple comic books a month is the goal, because I've got so many written that if I can get different teams and artists on different books, I can just get them rolling, and then you know, they're just moving instead of me having to focus so much on just one. And again, being able to pay the creative teams enough where they're focusing on that solely.
That's right.
Yeah, or dramatically more, you know, so we can crank them out faster. But yeah, I've got the ones I'm going to follow up with are very different. My goal when I write, and I do this in everything when I write, but I want to have a different take, like a different point of view character, a very different style, very different, you know, I want to challenge myself to write something drastically different from what I just wrote. You know, I mean, I don't want to end up like fucking John Grisham, where everything's let me guess, it's a courtroom drama. You know? Oh yeah, your fifth one this year, crazy.
Right.
You know, like it's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have John Grisham money, but like I want to write new things and be challenged, and also have a broad spectrum of audience and appeal to a broad spectrum of people. And comic books is just
You don't
such
want to write your one niche.
yeah, no, yeah. It turns out I don't want to be a one-trick pony. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a broad spectrum of things you can write about in comic books and approaches you can take. So the follow-up ones are going to be, you know, very different in tone and in point of view and kind of story. And yeah, there's a lot of
you know, if nothing else, exploring different genres is really good for kind of figuring out, oh, okay, I really like this, or I'm really good at this. Oh, I'm not as good at this, and whatever. And
yeah,
kind of figuring out your voice.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if anything, the connecting point for all of them will be, they're all very character driven, main character driven. Whereas, you know, people talk about the traditional hero arc, or lost something, have to find something. There's a couple different kind of typical plot tropes.
Fucking MacGuffin.
What's that?
That fucking MacGuffins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I really am writing like sounds crazy considering it's like Kill Stan's about a guy who wants to kill himself, but they're in my eyes, they're kind of like a weird slice of life, like where, you know, it's just like this moment of this person's life. We're not really going to explore before or after. I just want you to know like why this was an important story for this person and how maybe you can connect to it.
Yeah. So are you thinking, I know that you've only written 2 issues of one comic, but are you thinking that these are all going to be in like the same universe? Like same kind of shared universe? Is all going to be separate?
Well, to be clear, Kill Stan is fully written. 10 issues are written.
Right. Well, I'm saying it really, you've only kind of
put it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It is. Most of them are going to be in their own universe.
Gotcha.
And part of that reason is because they're all so drastically different.
Right.
And I think it would very much, especially with something like Kill Stan, like I don't want to take away from the humanness of it by adding an element of like, oh, also magic happens here. You know,
right.
It would really take away from that dramatic human connection of what that story's about. And, you know, like there are some, I kind of have a more fantastical fantasy angle comic book I want to write. Not pure
in.
fantasy, but it's got a fantasy
in.
aspect to it.
Mhm.
So there's a couple. I mean, there, if things go as planned, there's a few that will be in shared universes or have some interaction. But for the most part, they're going to be all kind of standalone stuff.
Yeah, I mean that kind of also allows you to explore different themes in terms of world building too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, exactly. You can put them in very wildly different scenarios, and it doesn't contradict with anything you've done before. Or have to worry about what happened in issue 875 of the Avengers that I have to worry about 20 years later.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it kind of
it doesn't fucking matter. I can do it.
Yeah, saves you a lot of headaches, and for people being like, "Well, this doesn't make any sense," Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Chill out, nerds.
Well, actually,
not that I'm bashing one of those people, but I mean, I am one of those people.
I've been one of those people. So,
well, actually,
the actually people. Yeah.
We have an entire show about that.
I was gonna say, not that we do a show called "Well, Actually," but
but isn't that? Don't you want to see that? Don't you want to start something that you can get two sides of the same fandom arguing with each other online and just watch it unfold in front of you?
Yeah, I mean,
I want to divide people further over something that doesn't really matter.
You've accomplished something. I've gotten,
especially online,
miserable incels to spend a day.
Right.
Their,
hey, you know what? That's where the money is. There you
go.
God,
that sounds like a great idea for a show, though. Let's call it "Miserable Incels."
Yeah.
God, we could probably get an entire market to both hate us and love us at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Miserable incels. Oh my god.
Miserable incels describes everything about these motherfuckers. All right, there we go.
Hey, all right.
Yeah. You should,
I would keep like a running tally of who we've offended.
Well, we already got Haiti off the list today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got Haiti, we have incels.
Yeah, I used to do
I offend incels. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I'm not saying these are bad things. I'm just saying.
Exactly. You almost do like I think it'd be interesting if you did, comedian by night, serial killer by day.
Yeah, there you go. That's what most comedians fantasize about anyway, killing people.
Wait, isn't that just
secretly or
Joker?
misanthropy?
Is it just like the new Joker?
Yeah,
no one talks about the new Joker, so
I understand this, but I'm just saying there may be some like intellectual property concerns here.
100% the movie your mom would fucking boycott in a fucking heartbeat.
But you just call him the laugher and we're fine.
Right, there you go. Yeah. The LOL.
No, you go you tour around the world. The hecklers mysteriously get murdered during the day. The next day.
Yeah, I think somebody wrote a comic book about a guy who is a stand-up comedian, and like the CIA tags him to be like their assassin, and like trains him because he travels all over the world doing stuff anyway, and is so unassuming. I'm pretty sure he was a comedian. Maybe it's a different profession, some other entertainment, but
that would be something a comedian would write. Like,
yeah.
How
Yeah.
do I make myself a badass? Also, that's probably where the comedian from The Watchmen came from too.
Yeah, probably. I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. So what's we were mentioning nerdy stuff. So what's kind of what are your fandoms? What is your nerd?
Oh, well, I mean, if you look back behind me, you can see these are all.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously the wall of yeah.
That's the box of venereal diseases he picked up in Haiti.
I think that is maybe a quarter of the size of Frey's comic collection.
Yeah, this is it goes and goes and goes. Comic books is my main thing. I love comic books, obviously. Other than that, what am I a nerd about? Hip hop nerd.
Right.
Grew up in LA in the 80s, so gotta love hip hop. I don't know what else I nerd out about anymore. What do I do? Who am I? I think it's
we're
Who
gonna
am I? Oh,
we are going to have the biggest nerd argument right now.
I
There
am
we
a
go.
big film guy. I love
okay.
movies.
Yeah,
That's
no, that's valid.
more reason for us to argue.
Oh no, here we go.
Greatest hip hop group of all time.
Greatest hip hop group of all time. So my heart here. I'll answer this a couple different ways, because I can. The group I listen to most often is NWA.
Okay.
The group
Tracks for an LA guy.
the group that is objectively the best is Wu-Tang Clan.
That's my number one.
Yeah. They have better lyricists. They have a far bigger catalog. They stayed together for more than 3 years. They did, how many albums? But I mean, also they have 17 members, like fucking, and you're grading on the curve, because for every Raekwon, you got a You God. So you gotta, it's,
Or you got someone like rest in peace, but ODB was hit or miss. ODB either was like he would have like the hardest line, or it'd be like, "Oh baby, I like it raw,"
yeah. One of my favorite clips is him back in the day on TRL Live, with with Carson, and they're like, it's him and the Fugees, like Praz from the Fugees, I think, is on there. And then somebody calls in, she's like, "Hey, I just want to know, specifically ODB, like, what do you plan on doing for your community now that you're rich and have money, this and that?" And he's like, "Nothing. I fucking," he's like, I ain't doing shit for my community. It's just so great. It's
one of my favorite things that he ever did was when they did MTV Cribs, and he comes on Cribs and he's basically still living in the projects. So he's just like showing everybody like his apartment in the projects.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, instead of doing like the fake MTV house that they would do on Cribs and whatnot, like, oh, let me go rent this house and rent these cars and make it look like I'm super rich. ODB was like, nah, man, I'm in the project still, and I'm still living on Section 8, bro.
They took him in a limo to go pick up his welfare check.
That's right.
It's fucking great. Dude, I mean, that dude was gangster as shit, though. He was on the run from the feds and showed up at the Grammys, did a set, and dipped out and still got away. That motherfucker was a G.
ODB was the shit.
I believe the correct answer is Professor Elemental. All right.
Professor Elemental. Holy shit.
Do you know what that is? It's chap hop. It's British, British hip hop.
Oh, the two old dudes.
No, they're not old. They're just like you think of England invading.
They're not old. They're just British. No.
Yes.
It's just they just have bad teeth, so they look old.
But it's chap hop, and so yeah.
Like there are two. I don't know if you guys have seen them. There's two old dudes, and they have TikToks every now and then, but they're like old. Like these dudes are like in their like 70s, 80s, like old, right?
Yeah.
But they're rappers, and they're good. Like it's not like parody and them like making fun of hip hop. Like they're lyricists. Like they're actually good at what they do, and they rap about being old, and it's fucking hilarious.
That sounds amazing.
And they're both Cockney dudes, so they have that Cockney accent while they're rapping, and it's fucking hilarious.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
I did put it in the private chat for you guys to see and just listen to off stream. Chap hop.
Oh.
Okay. I'll check this out.
It's awesome.
Great. Awesome.
So, Shadu, who's your favorite hip hop artist?
I don't think I can. I can't answer. I'm not a hip hop person.
I was gonna say Shadu's like there's so many. I can't just pick one. I don't pick them at all because I fucking hate hip hop.
No, I didn't say hate. I said I'm just not into it. It's not my thing. I respect it, and I understand the artistry and the lyricism, and really respect it. But
Is
Yeah.
it because it peaked for you with Vanilla Ice's second greatest hit, Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go?
For
I was born in
Shadoo,
2003.
I was just-
Graveyard.
he wasn't even born.
2000
Hip
Oh
hop.
my god, I've seen movies before I was born too.
No,
They
but see,
exist
Shadoo's-
still.
Shadoo's hip hop, like the extent of hip hop when he was growing up, was "You Soldier Boy, tell him." Like that was his shit.
Oh yeah.
But also, I was one. Like, just
Yeah, you got raw dog with hip hop. You got the bad
I'm
era.
not. Yeah, and I've never really been that into it. I'm like a folk and metal guy. So
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vulcan metal?
yeah.
A bunch of Vulcans that play metal?
What? Welcome. You know what? I would pay to see that actually. That's,
So would I. Oh my god, I would love to see Vulcan metal. That would be amazing. It would have no
would be-
humor whatsoever. It would
no.
nothing but love the entire.
Everything's very literal. It's like autistic. It's basically just autistic metal.
They wouldn't be screaming. They wouldn't be banging their heads.
Live long and prosper. You know? Yeah. Be great. Yeah.
Now I want to hear because
I don't have to do
for all the Trek nerds that are out there, right? Vulcans do throat sing.
Yep.
Right. So I would love to see a Vulcan throat singer, but like in a metal band.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
dude.
do like a version of the Who or whatever.
Be so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they'd be good for the clean lyrics or like German death black metal.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would sound
Yeah.
like black metal, but it's not.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
You were frozen there
Huh?
for a second.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see you guys. Everything went black for a while.
Oh, you're
Thanks.
right. Do we need to call a doctor?
Yeah, it was just the reference I did earlier.
I was just gonna say that sounds like something you've experienced before. Like everything just went black. Yeah, no, that's happened. Happens.
Better than going to the light, I guess.
Yeah.
The light, it burns. We know.
Like syphilis, and that's what we call a callback.
Exactly.
Okay. I have not found Vulcan heavy metal, but I did find something amazing. 5-finger nerve pinch.
What the fuck?
Your nerve pinch. All right.
It's
Apparently
five
that-
death punch, but fucking Vulcan.
That is the name of the that's the name of it. That's great.
5-finger nerve pinch.
So you mentioned you were a comic book person. What specifically in there? Like, is it superhero stuff, Marvel, DC? What are we talking about?
I mean, I started on the the usual Marvel stuff, some DC. I was a Marvel guy though, and then eventually you kind of graduate to some of the more interesting books. I would say I still pick up stuff from Marvel and DC occasionally, but it's pretty. I mean, it's borderline unreadable. It's like you kind of breeze through a couple pages, you're like, all right, I get it, there's nothing here. They just became lost leaders to fucking sell tickets to movies and backpacks and lunch pails and shit. They're not that you're like, hey, we need you to buy action figures, so here's this stupid comic book, you idiot.
Right.
That's
exactly.
what most
Back in our day, we had cartoons that sold us action figures.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No,
I mean, this is not a new concept. Secret Wars literally was created to sell toys.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, they still had like now the comic books, Marvel, they're just, I mean, they're owned by Disney and Warner Brothers. Like everything is as safe as you can make it. We have to make it line up with the movies when the movie comes out and yada yada. It's like it's just editorial oversight and crap. There's not much there. There's a lot of indie stuff or like creator owned stuff I like a lot. Series by Tim Seeley and Tony Fleek's Local Man from Image is great. Joe Casey's got a book called Blood Squad 7 from Image that's really good right now. Lots of stuff that have come and gone that I go back and read all the time too. Anything from Brian K. Vaughan, he writes a book right now called Saga. Wrote Why the Last Man. I mean, he's phenomenal. So yeah, just kind of depends, but there's just not, it's really a tough market to fish through right now to find any gold.
Yeah.
Brian K. Vaughan, what I love about what he's been doing, like not just comics, but like, you know, he's been screenwriting a lot lately. And when he screenwrites, he'll take something that is you know, a story that he'll adapt a story.
Okay. Did we lose
No,
him?
Phil muted himself. I can't unmute
He's not
him.
moving either.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why my
Damn you, Phoenix! Oh,
no, yeah, Phoenix basically. No, Logic for some reason turned on by itself and decided to mute my mic. I don't know why. But what I was saying is so like I know a lot of people are hit or miss or they feel a certain way about the Runaways, but you know, he adapted the Runaways from his own comic and then added scenes in to give context because he said there were certain things you couldn't do in a comic that you can do in a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote in scenes from the point of view of the parents rather than just from the kids.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool because then it gave context to what the parents were doing. So then they weren't just like, you know, one-dimensional villains. Like you would see there was a reason to why they were doing the things they were doing.
Yeah. I wish he would have done that with Why the Last Man, the TV show, and wrote in anything that made it not shit. Because that show was
That's asking a lot.
It was really bad, unfortunately, for such a great comic book, man. But that show was so bad.
Hold on, did they release Why the Last Man?
They did one season and canceled it.
I thought they canceled it before it came out. I didn't realize they did an actual season of it.
They
It was
did
on
a
FX,
season,
right?
I think so. I watched it on some streaming platform after it was all out. And it's bad. It's really, the most interesting parts of the show, or the comic book, they don't really tap into that much. Here, it's the problem. It's the same problem that you have with any show that's going to like go on in perpetuity, or for multiple seasons, is the melodrama kicks in quickly because when you have a TV network you're dealing with, they have a certain amount of episodes that you're required to do in a season. So you have to like stretch these things out and start adding shit in that doesn't really matter. And you start watching whole episodes of like, well, none of that mattered at all. You could have cut that completely, you know, and it's like The Walking Dead, you know, they fell into that halfway through season 2 where it was just like, oh, this is just like a soap opera now and not a real show.
Yeah,
because
the advantage. That's the advantage a lot of these shows have going to streaming is because you can just make the show and make the amount of episodes that you need to tell the story without adding a bunch of shit in.
Make a movie and just break it up into several parts, essentially, instead of you're not trying to fill a runtime or fill a episode.
Yeah, fill a slot or whatever.
Right?
Yeah,
but then you also get a lot of people complaining about, but it was only 6 episodes. But it was, why did they only do fucking 4 episodes? And it was because, well, that's how long the story was, and that's how long it took for them to put it in the story.
I'd rather have 4 episodes that are bangers front to back than like 7 meandering episodes.
Yeah,
right, exactly. And like that's the whole thing about screenwriting and film and all that is you cut out as much as you possibly can but still having a coherent story. That's the whole lesson there.
The only exception I will give for this is Last of Us was so well fucking done because they adapted the story from the game. You didn't get anything different from the game aside from, again, episodes where they're giving you more context to certain characters, and they were done really well. Like I enjoyed Last of Us immensely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until I watched it. I don't know. I didn't play the game. I'm not a gamer or anything, but I enjoyed it. There were a couple moments where I'm like, okay, this is starting to dip into melodrama territory. And they dipped their toes in it a couple times, but overall, very good. High hopes that season 2 is just as good. I hope they don't fall into that trap that all these other shows seem to fall into.
Well,
If you don't know the story, we can't say anything.
I know, like I want to spoil it so bad, but it's kind of like I'm hoping that they don't try and pull the star power bullshit, rather than telling the story as it should be done.
Yeah.
They've said that Last of Us 2 is going to be seasons 2, 3, and 4. Because it's a lot of game.
Right. It was a long game. Again.
So they're doing that for reasons that we can't talk about.
Right. But I'm saying, like, if you know what happens in the game, there's a certain thing that happens at the very beginning of the game that
he sexually assaults the girl.
No. That
it gets real weird for the next couple seasons.
No. It's more so that I think people are expecting certain people to be there, and it's like because they're banking on the star power, and it's like, yeah, the story is more compelling with the characters that are in there. But the thing is that knowing the way Warner Brothers operates, they're going to try and find a way to say, oh no, well, how about we don't do this major scene that happens at the beginning of the game, so that way we can use this person longer.
Yeah.
Let's not be the roach. We're talking about the horse that dies of sadness in this one.
Yes. Why did you have to fucking spoil it? I was trying not.
And then the horse becomes an infected. No,
I was trying to tell everybody that fucking Artax shows up at the beginning of this. God damn.
I know.
Artax, no.
That'd almost be a fun show to do, of just us getting the fandoms so wrong that we piss people off.
That sounds like something we do already.
Yeah. You would piss people off. You take it very seriously.
I mean, hey, I piss off James every Tuesday by not having seen, half
90% of anything that exists.
Yeah. So,
James pisses off everyone when Madam Web is in top 5 for 20.
It's in the top 5. It's okay.
How the fuck was that movie in your top 5?
I don't know.
Terrible.
Hold on. I gotta tell you guys something. I didn't hate Madam Web.
Get him off. Get him off now. No. Get him off. Kick him off. Get him off. We're canceling him. Yeah, there you go. See?
Hey, it was not. Listen, it was not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, but like I was never bored, and it happened. Like I mean, I've rewatched that at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. I've never put on like Shang-Chi a second time or like Wakanda Forever.
Well, yeah, because you need to pay attention to that because they're good movies.
No, I don't have to pay attention to that shit. Shang-Chi, most of the Marvel movies that have come out, they're like self-important fucking pieces of shit. Like, oh, this is the best movie of the year, like because we have to give it an Oscar because there's only Asian people in it. Like, it doesn't make it a good movie. I'm not saying it can't be a good movie with only Asian people, but also that's not the prerequisite that makes a good movie.
Right.
Oh, I mean, when most of your actions could have been stills from 50 Shades of Grey, and you put it in Man on the Web because their acting is that atrocious in all of it.
Oh yeah, it's not good. It's not good, but it's like it just was like happening. I'm like, okay, I shut my brain off, and this was happening. That's fine.
I like that as a description. It was happening.
It was
happening.
I mean, technically, again,
this is there.
Right.
Here's the thing. I didn't hate it. I was like, I turned my brain off. It happened. There's like that. There's movies I've seen that like the new Batman. Hated it. Fucking, I'm like, this movie. I hated that movie. I got my buddy made me watch it twice with him. I fucking hated it both times. It's like those are movies like I can actively dislike. They're so long, 2.5 hours. Whereas like Madam Web, you're like, here's 67 minutes of bullshit. Just sit and eat your popcorn, you fat piece of shit, and we'll be over in a few minutes. Here's Sydney Sweeney dressed like a Catholic girl. Enjoy it later.
Definitely enjoy it later.
Yeah, later. All right, just enjoy the hot people doing things.
Yeah.
I came here to enjoy Sydney Sweeney. That's it.
Right, exactly.
Also, once you realize she has a lazy eye, you never will.
She has eyes.
She's looking at you like looking like this at the goddamn camera. I'm like, well, what are you looking at, lady? Oh,
No one's looking at her eyes. I promise you that.
yeah.
Oh man.
And we'll let that linger.
All right. Do we want to get into this? Do we want to get into this Star Wars character bracket?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We have brackets.
The entire chat is going to disappoint me, but yes, let's go.
Yes. Well, I have already pissed everyone off, so we're good.
Yeah, with your name alone.
So it's only up for here. Yeah.
I'm
right.
voting for I'm going to vote for Padme Amidala. You fucking
No. I'm gonna vote for that one for the guy that Jabba has in Return of the Jedi. The little
Salacious Crumb.
Yes, Salacious Crumb. Thank you. I know his name. I
He-
just could not remember it for some reason. Yes, I'm going to vote for Salacious Crumb. That's who.
It's
Yes, exactly.
Salacious Tea Crumb to you. Okay?
Salacious Tea Crumb. Yep, I know. I'm sorry, Mr. Crumb. But yeah, it's yeah. That's my top character.
Exactly. Because Phil did make me take off my favorite character from this bracket. So
I did.
you did. It was the Rancor tamer.
Oh, I do love him. I feel that guy. I feel him. All right. So
But it was because there was a certain character that he didn't have on the bracket that I was like, what the fuck? You're not going to have this character's fucking major. Why would you not have him on here?
He wasn't as major as the Rancor tamer. Okay.
He has a name. I don't know what it is, but he has a name.
Oh, he definitely has a name.
Yeah, he does have a name.
All right. So these are, since, unless you buy us a taco, we can only do 32 people in the bracket. So first up, we have Finn versus Mando. Din Djarin.
Oh, Din Djarin.
Din Djarin. Yeah, it's got to be Din Djarin.
Wait,
So Finn, yeah.
Who
from
is it?
The sequels. Finn from the sequels.
Yes.
I don't know which one's Finn.
Or the Mandalorian.
Finn is the stormtrooper.
He's the
Black guy.
stormtrooper who defects to the Resistance.
Oh, yeah. It turns out. So
Okay.
So I watched all those movies in the theaters. What was the last one? The Last Jedi.
The Rise
I
of
remember
Skywalker.
watching Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wished it would have ended with a lot of the ones that were so bad.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker. I'm watching the theater, and I remember looking at the main characters and thinking, I don't know any of these people's names. And I'm like looking at Finn. He's the black dude. I'm like looking at that guy. I'm like, I have no fucking idea what that guy's name is. I watched 3 of these fucking movies. That's how little they made me give a shit about any of these fucking characters. Is that I don't know their names.
Yet you gave a shit about Madam Web. So, all right, now I'm going to say,
He's not wrong.
Better than any of those Star Wars movies.
I disagree.
Wow.
Much lower budget too.
In terms of characters from the sequels, I didn't hate Finn as one of those characters. It's done. It's got to be done.
No, I don't hate Finn as a character. I think Finn is actually a great character.
I think he had a lot of potential.
Yeah, the thing is that Din Djarin is easily one of the best characters in Star Wars at this point,
and has had more development over 3 seasons than Finn ever had over 3 movies.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Finn's development is shooting people's bad. Oh wait, I'm gonna go shoot people for this other side.
Right.
That's his character development.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
I'm saying he had potential as a stormtrooper that defected. I think that's a really interesting idea. But
guys, here's another thing too. Here's a thing you need to. Here's a challenge I want you to do. Go watch those movies again, and tell me when they become friends, because you'll watch those entire movies and you'll realize that the girl and the pilot guy don't have a conversation with each other the entire trilogy. They don't talk to each other. You're like,
no.
Yeah, this is supposed to be your big three, and these two people they don't even meet. I don't even think till like
it's like a third wheel thing where like Finn and Poe are friends, and then she's just there.
She's just around,
and she's just there, and she's like, oh yeah, this is your friend. Okay, cool. Fine.
Yeah, because Finn and Poe are friends for sure. They
I mean they're lovers. You know,
they're friends at nighttime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I would have rather them kissed in the last one than Rey and Kylo.
I want to see some
That's
BB-8.
what I wanted, yeah.
I want some BB-8 and Chewie action myself. But I think Mando is for sure winning this.
Enjoying.
All right. Next up is Rey, never a fucking Skywalker, versus Han Solo.
Oh,
Han Solo.
Yeah,
the
Solo.
How are these conversations?
This is RNG that picks up.
This was randomly generated, the pairings.
Oh yeah, I can tell. Goddamn AI isn't that smart, apparently.
No, it's not. It's not an RNG. I put a list. And I hit shuffle.
It's just shuffle. Yeah,
it's just shuffle. Yeah.
So it's shuffle.
Again,
in
other
had potential.
Yeah, I mean, say in other circumstances, depending on who you put her up against, Rey's not a bad character. Rey's interesting enough. There is like clamor from the fandom to want to see more about Rey.
Right, and I have some faith in the new movie and whatever, but
it's fucking.
It's Han. It's Han.
It's Solo.
Even in the movie, they were in a movie together, and he outshined her.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
It's fucking Han Solo. Like, you're not gonna fucking outdo Han Solo. It's fucking Han Solo.
Wow, we're just getting rid of these new trilogy people really fast.
Again, I'm sure in like 25 years, or even like, I don't know, 15 years or something, it'll turn around. There'll be an entire generation that loves the sequels. Right now, though, they're the object of everyone's 5 minutes.
Oh no! Right, it's just like how people your age are wrong about the prequels being the best trilogy.
Oh no, I'm not saying I'm a big fan of the prequels. I'm the original trilogy all the way, but
I'm saying generally people your age.
George Lucas knew his audience. He's like, hey, I'm going to make some prequels, and do you know what kids love? 3 hours of bureaucratic trade conversation
again,
and trade
looking back on it, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
I understand what he was going for.
I understand
what he was going for. Again, I understand what he was going for. I understand the themes and everything, and I heavily respect that. You kind of miscalculated a little bit, though.
I'm sorry. Deece has the best fucking take on that. Fucking 9-year-olds love trade embargoes.
They love trade embargoes. I'm talking about tariffs.
They do. My 9-year-old's, Daddy, why are we getting tariffs stupidly applied?
Yeah. Just saying,
just show them the scene from Ferris Bueller. We'll be fine.
Do you think NAFTA is advantageous to trading with our geographical partners, Mexico and Canada? Or
hey, they're known as future states of America.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah,
because we're invading Greenland for some fucking reason.
Because it's green. It's got land.
It's not green. It's ice. It was named so people would settle there, and they still didn't.
Maybe he wants to set up his own Battle of Hoth, okay?
Well, he's the Empire then.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so definitely Han Solo moves forward. All right. Yeah. The Separatists did nothing wrong.
They didn't. They didn't do anything wrong. I agree.
They're very nice people, very good people on both sides, okay?
Yeah, they're heroes on both sides. That is in Revenge of the Crawl of Revenge of the Sith. There are heroes on both sides.
It is it is great when you are the one arguing on the side of the fascists. Yes.
The Separatists were not fascists. Okay. Their government was. Their government was kind of.
But then
they were more libertarian. That's a different idea. They were more libertarian. But anyway, let's move on.
Anything bad about libertarians? I'm a fucking libertarian. Get out of here.
He likes libraries. Libertarian.
There you go. A libertarian.
Exactly. All right. Next up, we have everyone's favorite gay golden droid, C3PO.
Love it.
Gay
Nice.
golden droid. There is
Oh,
no better
my.
way to fucking. There is no better way to fucking describe C3PO anymore.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Versus everyone's favorite Squid Game winner, Soul
Okay,
from Acolyte.
okay, so I know everybody fucking hates on that show, and everybody wants to fucking find their excuses to why it was the worst thing ever. Soul's
I love
fucking
it.
dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was good. No, I liked his character. I liked him. There was good stuff there. I'm not saying that. Yeah, he was good. He's not better than C-3PO, but he was good.
You think C3PO's you'd rather listen to C3PO talk?
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Really?
I would listen to a podcast between him and R2.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I yeah.
Apparently, he understands the binary language of water.
I do. R2 is he curses every other sentence, but
He does.
He's-
He does.
but he's yeah. They're just an
So
old
you're
married couple.
saying C3PO is the better character then? Shadu?
I'm saying that C-3PO is, to me, more fun to watch. Though I
that's
think
what-
Soul is a great character.
It's
I'm
just,
not
here's
saying
the thing is, as much as everybody complains about, like, Jedi this, Jedi that, Soul is the character himself is what I imagine when I think of Jedi. I don't think of Jedi as absolute good and Sith is absolute bad. I think there's gray area in all of it. And the way I look at everything, like, it's the same thing where Darth Tyrannus is not necessarily a bad guy if you look at his point of view on things.
Separatist did nothing wrong.
So ultimately, then, who's your vote for?
Yeah, Phil, what's your vote here?
What's my vote here?
It's Soul versus C-3PO Frey.
Yeah, Soul versus C3PO.
That's my mother, for the record.
Who's
Thank
also
you.
a host on this show.
Yes, who is also a regular host on this show.
I think ultimately I have to go with C3PO, but the only reason is because there's not enough development on Soul, as good as he is of a character.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough there for me to warrant him being better than C3PO. C3PO has implications within the series that are major and drastic.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think ultimately I go with C3PO.
I mean, the
Deece, what do you
original
think?
movies were written through the point of view of the droids. You can't
Exactly.
have them,
Right, exactly, yeah.
so.
And I think that's ultimately, again, that's why I go that route, is because the original trilogy is based around C3PO and R2D2's point of view.
Mm. All right.
All right.
Deece, are you saying C3PO as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who the other guy is, so yeah.
We'll wait for season. Oh, never mind. There's no season 2.
I would have been okay with the season 2. Again, I am more on kind of the neutral side. I was like, okay, it was all right.
I didn't hate it. My issue with that show was not the issue that everybody else had. My issue was that they wrote it in a way where they were trying to do a nonlinear story, and it didn't work for that story. They should have just did everything kind of the way that they did it with Agatha all along, where it is there's beats to the story and there's something that's unexplained, and then they go back to it at the end of the show.
Right.
Which
But
show
it
was
just kind of
from?
they didn't execute it.
Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't-
Now he knows, yeah.
All right. Next up, then, is Cassian Andor
Okay, all right.
versus, which would have been the Rancor Tamer, but no, it's Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Fuck, all right.
here's the funny story about Andor is I watched Rogue One,
Mhm.
and then I watched that in most of that Andor series, and I was most of the way through it when I realized that his name was Andor. I I thought that was like a planet or something for some reason. And I'm like, what? And he's Andor. Again, I'm going to blame the writers for not making me care one iota about these characters, is why I don't know this shit. And on that note,
Sure, blame the writers.
huge. I mean, they did. I mean, it is. They're the ones that created it. It's fair to blame them.
I know.
As for Thrawn, I'm a huge heir to the Empire, Timothy Zahn trilogy nerd. So Thrawn, 100%.
And keep in mind with this bracket, every property that any of these characters have been in counts.
Yeah,
so
on the table.
The books, anything that's in Legends, all of that stuff, every single piece of lore that pertains to these characters counts, which means Grand Admiral Thrawn takes the whole thing for me on that.
Yeah.
I love Cassian Andor. I think Cassian Andor is a really good character.
Yeah.
But again, Grand Admiral Thrawn is one of the biggest threats in Star Wars before they cut him out of Star Wars, and then now adding him back to Star Wars, he's still a massive threat.
Yeah, exactly. And here's
he may
my
be
argument.
one of the most interesting characters in Star. He may be like top 5, 10 total.
Yeah, I don't think even with Andor. No, sorry. I don't think even with Andor on this, it's got to be Thrawn. Thrawn is just more. He's more of a character, I guess. Like half of Andor was shit happening to Andor.
Yeah,
and then he finally.
That's how life works. Shit happens to you.
I understand that, but I'm saying in character writing, you want the character to happen to shit. So
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about Cassian Andor and what I love about Andor as a series, Cassian Andor, the whole series is supposed to be 101 on how to start a revolution, right?
Yeah.
It's how do you start a underground to fight the oppressive fascist government that is in play, right?
Exactly.
How do you start that rebellion? So a lot of it is him kind of being around it, and I think season 2 will focus more on his part of it. But I think that season 1, the majority of it is seeing the conditions. And Jen's here.
Hey,
who's against Thrawn? What's going on? I'm sorry, I'm late.
Cassian Andor.
Andor?
Yeah.
It's Andor versus Thrawn.
Well, like what I'm
going Andor.
Yeah. Oh wow. What I'm explaining is that the good thing about Cassian Andor, about the show in general, is that it's showing you how to start a revolution, basically, right? But the thing is that it doesn't focus as much on Cassian Andor. There are some beats that are like his family life and kind of what conditions put him in place to want to be a part of a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
But I think season 2 is going to focus more on him being a chaos agent and his attempts to defend the Empire.
So I'm saying for what we've seen of Andor so far, he is much more of a passive character.
He is.
So
well, in fairness, the revolution only lasts like 15 years altogether before they.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, well,
You say you want a revolution?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the revolution will not be televised. It will be choked to death by a dude in a black suit.
Yes, of course.
It will be a hologram.
No, Thrawn is
so Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, Thrawn is the only good bad guy that isn't a Sith or Force user.
Yeah, exactly. And that manages to just be like a normal dude and is this insanely intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, to a point that like the only people, if you go through the books and everything, the only 2 people that people were more afraid of than Thrawn were obviously Darth Vader, and I'm not even like counting the Emperor in this because like so many people were like detached from the Emperor. People were afraid of Vader, and people were afraid of Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah,
right?
And I'm over here just being afraid of blue milk.
I mean, we saw where it comes from.
It comes from the titties.
Exactly. All right. So next up, so Thrawn moves on.
Yes,
is Kylo Ren.
Okay.
Versus Grogu.
Grogu, what the hell? There's no thought in that at all.
What
Do
character
you
development
want
he's
an
had?
emo, has been, wants to be Vader, or do
wants
you
to
want a really cute Yoda who hasn't spoken yet?
I've spoken.
Nice
So,
call.
thank you. Yeah, I again, with a lot of the sequels, I think this is the case. Potential, a lot of potential there. There's potential for
And plus, he's played by
Kylo to
Adam
be-
Driver.
to be a character. Yeah, there's potential there. They just didn't take advantage of it.
If
Jay
you
Wong saying that Kylo Ren is Han Solo's bastard son. I don't think so.
no, they
I
were
don't think
married.
that's-
Dude. He's not a
They were
bastard.
married.
Yeah.
Han and Leia were married, man.
Yeah,
So she's no longer Leia of Alderaan or Leia Skywalker. She's now Leia
she was
Solo.
Leia Organa
Solo.
Or did they just pick a new name and that now they're duo? So it's like Han and Leia duo.
No, it was just Chuo.
No, of course their last name was the Duck.
No,
The ducks.
so from what I understand, Leia did the same thing that like journalists do, right? She kept her last name. She was General Organa for the most part. So,
She could have hyphenated. We
She
don't
could've,
know.
but
They
I mean,
just called her Leia.
there is a moment where they call her General Organa. So like we
Well,
know.
I think it was General Organa Solo technically, or like Leia
Yes.
Organa Solo. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
Technically, isn't she Leia Skywalker Organa
well, it was Leia Organa
Vader-
Skywalker.
Solo?
Vader
She's
Solo.
like almost like the Elizabeth Taylor of Star Wars.
I don't think she ever takes her biological father's last name.
Anyway, point
But
is,
which one, Vader or Skywalker? I mean, which one would I would take both. I mean, if you're just gonna go ahead and do it, just go full hog on that.
I don't think she ever takes the name Skywalker.
I mean, it's got to be Grogu, right? I mean,
As a
Back-
character?
as I understand as a character, even as a character, Grogu's a little better. You understand what his deal is.
In my personal canon, she takes on Skywalker as well.
I think that's canon. Like she
We're
was
all
Leia Organa
Skywalkers in the
Skywalker, and
end.
then
Say
That's
Wong
not
says
canon,
that
Leia
Disney
Organa Solo.
canon is that Kylo Ren is a bastard son.
He's not a bastard.
I mean,
what do
he
you
is
think?
a bastard, but his parents were married
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever union that they had.
It's called hyper marriage because everything's futuristic.
Hyper marriage.
I mean, hey, they didn't
married.
go on like a cruise, so
They're married, but remember, it is Star Wars, and bras don't exist in space. So
So, Deece, what do you think?
Well, I have this thing with Kylo Ren where when they first made The Force Awakens, and there's that scene that is clearly on a soundstage in Burbank somewhere of fake sand and hills, and Poe crashes his jet, and he has that interaction with Kylo Ren, and he's like, "So do I talk, or you talk, or what?" It from the very first scene Kylo Ren is on camera in the Star Wars movies, he is completely the most unbelievable and ridiculous villain, and like mocked from point one. Like he's never intimidating as a villain or believable as a villain from the very first time he steps on stage. Grogu 100%. Kylo Ren was like just this fucking emo kid who was just cutting himself with his lightsaber when he'd go home crying
Hey,
about fucking granddad like a
cutting
bitch.
himself with his lightsaber.
his songs know what you do in the dark. Okay.
Yeah, we know what he does. Cries.
Like the guy that started World War I because he was upset that he felt like his parents didn't love him enough, and so he went with what granddad wanted.
Yeah.
Kaiser Wilhelm, is that who it is?
I think you're talking about. I think you're talking about America right now.
No, I'm sorry. That is the description of Kaiser Wilhelm I've ever heard.
So anyway,
right.
Grogu's moving on.
Yes. Well, now we have to go from one green bastard to another green bastard. Much older though.
A bastard. He is an adorable little man.
How do you know
He's
Yoda
a
wasn't a
clone.
bastard? How do you know his species gets married?
You know what? Why are we labeling things so much?
Hey,
This is horrible.
Yaddle got it on, had Grogu, and then left.
Yeah.
And then was like basically killed by Dooku.
Yeah. Not even
All right,
basically, just was killed by Duke.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it's going to be the grumpy old hermit with his stick versus the poor robot he beat on.
Mine.
Yes. So R2D2 versus Yoda.
I mean, Yoda beat up a lot of robots.
Yeah. That's a good point. He still had trauma.
Yeah.
He
He got 3 felonies for that.
For beating on droids.
Little did you know, Dagobah had a great justice system.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty much him. But all right. So Deece, we'll let you go first. Who do you think?
This is a tough one. This might be the toughest one to nail down because R2D2 obviously pivotal character, like we talked about C3PO, but also I think Yoda creates the most interesting arc for other characters in the movie.
Yeah,
he is the spark that does that, and I think I gotta go Yoda. He's got so much wisdom too.
Yeah.
Frey.
Okay. So my first thought is, okay, R2D2 because he's in all of them. He knows everything. But then I think he does know everything. And he doesn't tell shit. He doesn't say a word. He doesn't try to help them at all. And so then I'm like, and then there's Yoda. But you know what Yoda did? Yoda did nothing. He just sat around and let all this crap happen and didn't investigate crap. He let Obi-Wan go and investigate some stuff. And then you see how that turned out. And he could let Qui-Gon get killed. So then I'm like, man, they're both got some problems here. So I mean, and they're both short. So there's that.
it's because neither of them snitch.
Well, but Yoda doesn't ever. Well, no, R2D2 doesn't either. R2D2 never takes accountability either. It's not like either one of them do that. So, I will give it to Yoda because of the 3 felonies for beating up droids.
Mine.
Should do.
Aren't you glad I came on? Sick and all.
I am going to say, I think that Yoda really, at least when we first saw him in Empire and all of that, kind of made the Jedi more interesting, almost humanized them a little. Not humanized them, but it made them more intriguing.
It took him out of myth.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, it almost realized them a little bit. With R2, I like him, but I mean, he's better as a pairing with 3PO. So I would say, I'm going to say Yoda, and I'm sorry for all the incidents with the seagulls.
For all we know, is R2's not really a droid; it's just a species of Yoda living inside him.
It's just a dude.
He's just a dude who has a lot of plot.
Little guy. Phil, what do you think?
I don't know. Droid versus the greatest Jedi to ever live.
I don't know about that.
Didn't they do something where all of the people that Yoda trained Dooku trained Qui-Gon trained Obi-Wan trained Anakin, and then Obi-Wan also trained Luke. So like all of this like comes down from Yoda. Didn't they like figure that out too?
Yeah, somebody figured it
Yeah.
out that like Yoda is the most influential character.
Yeah, Yoda is the linchpin.
I think Yoda has control issues personally, but you know.
I don't know, because he also was the one that I guess that is a control thing, like when he made Luke basically burn down the entire
The tree.
the tree.
Jedi tree.
Yeah.
He didn't make him. He did it. He burnt it down.
Yeah, he did it himself. Well, because he couldn't
And then
handle Luke
laughed.
doing it and him not doing it. Yeah. No,
And then he had those like otherworldly marshmallows that he was roasting on it too.
He's probably secret to immortality there was. Oh well.
Tasty this is.
So Phil, you going Yoda?
I think I'm going Yoda, man. Fucking Yoda is the shit.
You know, Frey, for you talking a lot of smack about Yoda, who sat around doing nothing, you could argue that Castiel did that in most of Supernatural.
Oh yeah, no, Castiel was the comic relief in that. Absolutely. So, like Spike and Buffy, he just messed everything up.
Exactly. All right. I like R2 a lot. His stories in the books were fantastic. I think, you know. So
I do really R2D2 probably is like my OG favorite. Like I loved Luke and Leia and Han, of course, but R2 was like he had my heart. That little droid had my heart. And this is why I can't watch movies like Chappie and stuff. I can't watch those because I would just bawl my head off because of that.
Yeah.
So
You
so
killed the droid?
yeah. No, I get really upset when they kill a droid. The SM-33 stuff in Skeleton Crew, every time I was like, not SM-33! And then I was
He's
like,
fine.
Yeah.
He's fine.
All right. So Yoda moves on. But speaking of shitty Star Wars shows, Neil.
Whoa! Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on.
Kiss my ass. Neil's fucking amazing. All right.
And Neil's parents don't even know if he survived or not. Sorry.
It's
Neil
'cause
and his shitty haircut. Okay.
It's because he's never going to become a jizz whaler. That's all right. So Neil versus this Anakin Skywalker.
Wait, is
God,
Neil
yeah.
the little blue
Anaki.
elephant
It's
kid?
Anaki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The most adorable one of the lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
is the best character in that show.
You'd make the best plushie.
Okay, so Neil is great in Skeleton Crew and all of that. Is very much the best character from that show. He's going up against Anakin Skywalker, though. If we're taking in all of the stuff with Anakin, he's got to be the best. I mean, yeah, that's like he is the reason that the Star Wars happened.
Yeah, he's
pretty
the
much.
reason for the season.
Are we separating Anakin from Darth Vader as characters, or is that the same character?
It's the same person.
Sure. So,
Okay, so plus
Is
Darth Vader,
it-
yeah, he's the reason
it
that Star
really?
Wars happened.
yeah, okay.
Yes, he's still a whiny little bitch with a suit.
Well, depends, from a certain point of view. Depends.
From a certain point of view,
Yeah.
you know, his son is a whiny little bitch.
That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
No,
Runs in the family.
they inherit all of it. Yeah,
That's really the overarching theme of
It's
them
just- it's
is
just
all
whiny little
Skywalkers
going out
are
in the
whiny
galaxy,
little
saving
bitches.
saving the universe.
They're all bad dads.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Tachi Station to pick up some power converters.
And they all have sand issues.
Oh my god. Okay, have you guys seen the picture that Mark Hamill posted of him with a power like a AC DC converter standing in front of a gas station that says Tashi?
I know, but that's awesome.
amazing.
And then the caption is, "I finally made it."
I finally made it.
I was like, "That's so good."
Oh, Chris, yes, Neil is a youngling. That is true. He stands no chance against Anakin. This isn't to a fight, Chris.
It's
This
no
is
fight,
best
it's
character.
best.
I was gonna say, Chris Chipperson. I love you, Chris Chipperson. That is amazing. He's a youngling. He stands no chance.
So anyway, Anakin is the point is Anakin.
Mhm.
Is everyone saying Anakin?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think everyone's probably saying
I'm
Anakin.
gonna be contrary and say Neil because I know Anakin's gonna go through anyway, and I feel like Neil needs a little bit of love on this. Because I loved Neil.
Neil
Loved him
was-
so much.
I will say Neil was less whiny. Was significantly
Neil
less
and
whiny.
KB are like low key the coolest.
I
those
ship
four.
them.
He's the new
I
Lobot.
ship them. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, seriously. I know they're like preteens, but I ship them.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I said, KB is the new Lobot, but she's more interesting than Lobot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Neil got a
still got more
girlfriend
character development.
and learned how to, fire that big cannon.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that a
really funny.
euphemism for something with his girlfriend? Is that he literally?
Yeah, I
DC
guess I-
knows.
His fifth appendage.
DC sees what I'm
He's
seeing.
in the deleted scenes, but he's firing that cannon.
Practicing being a jizz whaler.
You know, yeah. Hey, I mean, hey, he definitely wanted to fire that cannon on
They got
that
you're
Akron.
fucking 12. Calm down, guys.
Okay. All right. Anyway, again, I did
Age of
preface that they're
consent is
preteens.
different in Star Wars. It's okay.
Age of consent. Age of consent is 35.
Yeah.
All right. So Anakin Skywalker moves on after being burnt to a crisp. No. Next up, we have Moff Gideon
Okay. All right. All right.
versus Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay. Well, it's
No contest.
no, it's like ooh, and then it's like wait.
Which Obi-Wan? Is it Alec Guinness Obi-Wan?
No,
or
no,
is it
so
Ewan McGregor?
Obi-Wan
Appearances
across
of Obi-Wan.
everything.
Yeah, it's who is
Every
the
Obi-Wan.
character, so it's every version of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, it's
Every
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Yeah. It's got to be Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that
Just
Moff
for
cannon.
the
Gideon is a
Clone
great
Wars.
villain for the Mandalorian.
Got Kenobi in the fucking Clone Wars was amazing.
Yeah.
Him and he's like, "You'll be the death of me, Anakin." It's like,
You'll be
But
the
yes,
death, Anakin.
we need Obi-Wan. Of course.
Deece?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that's not even a.
I mean, Moff Gideon is pretty hardcore badass. I will not. I mean, I really loved him as like the bad guy. I did. I thought he was great, and Giancarlo Esposito on that. But it's got to be. It's got to be Obi. Obi
Yeah.
is awesome.
So I'm just kind of showing you guys I'm at a stopping point right now, just because there's no point in me continuing to build right now.
Are you like seriously? You're making Transformers?
Yes, I am making Transformers. Okay.
Blech. Only thing
Okay,
worse
but
was
what
if it transformed into the Joker.
Yeah, but why vehicles?
because all right, so the cool thing is it does end up transforming once everything is on there. So like, his legs pop back. This is where his head goes. So his head like flips back so that way it's the top of the truck. Eventually when everything is built, the for all of my Transformer fans that are out there, the Matrix of Leadership goes right in the middle of his chest right there. So it's kind of cool that they like kind of put all that kind of stuff in there, like all these Easter eggs for Transformers.
Is that like the symbol-y thing?
the what?
The symbol thing that has like the head and the like the little wings.
No,
Looks kind of like a Chevy thing.
like oh, you can't even see it. I'm wearing a Decepticon shirt right now.
But he's not a Decepticon.
No, but it's because I have a Decepticon shirt. That's why I wore it.
Oh well, okay. That's meaningless to me.
Yeah, no, the Matrix of Leadership is it's kind
Is it a shiny jewel?
it's like it's what powers him. It's like his spark, but
Hmm.
what it is
Pure hatred. No.
It's
Yeah,
the,
I know, right?
it's the reason he can transform into an 18-wheeler.
it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's kind of like it's the symbol in their culture that symbolizes like that he is the one who is meant to lead their people.
Oh, he's their Highlander.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, he the Matrix goes right in the middle of his chest. So like, it's if you watch the cartoons or anything like that, like that's where he would usually keep it, is in the middle of his chest. So
Okay, so
That's
what you're
where
saying
Shia
is-
LaBeouf just shoved it all up in.
Yeah.
There.
So what you're saying is he's transformed with Jesus, yo.
Transformer Jesus.
But he is.
Hey, so what's that? Oh, Short Circuit. What's the robot's name in Short Circuit?
Johnny Five.
Johnny Five.
Okay, he looks like Johnny Five right now.
Kind of a little bit. I see what you're
Little
saying.
bit.
Or what's the Wally?
Wally?
But he's like more rectangular Wally. It's the things
A
in the
thicker
front.
Wally.
It looks like
No,
he's
no.
got goggles on.
He's
Well,
a
'cause it
thicker
looks-
Wally.
It's funny because that's his chest, but like they do look like
Yeah.
eyes now.
Yeah, they do.
Fraser's
Like right
staring
now.
at his chest.
He's a thick Wally. Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Fuck
For
titties.
years, people have been staring at mine. It's payback time, baby.
Woo.
It's like Chuck titties.
All right. Well, we'll get a couple more in here. So next,
we got-
Obi-Wan moves on clearly.
8 minutes. Let's do this.
Yes. Next up is Chewbacca
Oh, boy.
versus Cal Kestis.
Ooh.
Oh shit. Okay. This
Oh,
one
oh,
actually.
these are
we're
so
starting-
easy. This is, oh.
No, this is yes. This is like,
I do lean Chewie just because it's fucking Chewie, right? And
yeah.
you know, he's one of the greatest characters ever, but at the same time, fucking Cal Kestis is so well written. and
Is
so
an
well done.
incredible character. Yeah.
Who
and-
is
and-
He's
he's
from the games.
yeah, he's the main character from the Jedi Survivor series.
From Jedi
Cameron
Fallen Order,
Monaghan
Jedi Survivor.
plays
Cameron
him.
Moynihan, yeah,
Cameron Moynihan. Yeah.
He's a
great.
ginger.
he is a ginger. He's the
He's
only
amazing.
ginger Jedi in Star Wars.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Frey, his
Um,
eyes are up here. Okay,
I will say that if we're going on a different matter, because Cal is significantly more attractive, but
That's a matter of opinion, sir.
Wow.
It's
Why
also
are you?
objective
Why
fact.
are you all about looks?
I'm not all about looks.
no,
First off,
I'm saying-
he's a ginger, so
No, no, no.
gross.
Because
what I'm
I
wondering
didn't finish my
He's a ginger
statement.
too in places.
I didn't finish my statement. He is more attractive, but Chewie is my choice.
what I'm more worried about is just how much your son wants to bang a fucking Yeti. Like,
Well, I'm not saying
I was gonna say-
want,
Shadu.
I'm not
Shadu
saying-
is Shadu likes the uggos.
he's
I'm not.
He's an
No, I'm saying that Cal is more attractive. I'm saying the human is more attractive.
Oh, that's true. Sack Deadpool just also pointed out.
And yes, and he
is
gets points
only
for that
Jedi.
because we all do.
Yeah,
we
Cal
all
is
do.
the only Jedi to be able to hook up with the Night Sister.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it wasn't Asajj Ventress a Night Sister?
Yeah, but who
Yeah.
did she hook up with?
I thought she
Quinlan
hooked
Voss.
up with the
Quinlan Voss.
Yeah, she hooked up with
Oh, did
Quinlan
she?
Voss.
She hooked up
Yeah.
with Quinlan?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole book about it.
Oh, well then, okay. And I think about it too. It's like, you really think Maul didn't hook up with the fucking Night Sister at some
Oh
point?
no, of course he did. Of
He
course
lived a
fucking
he
did.
lived
But
a
he wasn't a Jedi. He was a Sith.
Not true.
I don't think Maul ever had sex, and that's why he was the way
No,
he was.
he got more after the robot spiral.
Yeah, because you know the robot had like a detachable little.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on from
well,
this, and I'm
he-
gonna say I did it
No, there
all
was-
for the Wookiee.
There was like a lever.
He
There
had
was
a-
lever on the back.
Yeah,
No.
go gadget dick is what it was.
Oh my god! I already have a fever. Let's not get back on that track.
So is everyone saying Chewbacca?
Chewie,
then?
yeah, Chewie.
Chewie.
I gotta say Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I
You know,
just said I
people-
did it all for the Wookiee.
People go, oh, we're missing these characters. You guys just vote them off. Is this everything? Not just the trilogy? Yeah. We're only keeping original trilogy people. All right.
You know, I
That's
feel
not
like the
sarcasm.
reason that we are keeping original trilogy people is because we actually have more depth to their characters than other. Because like for like Saul, we really didn't get a lot of him. I found him
That's
very
why-
interesting.
Right. That's why I didn't vote for Saul, was because there's
Yeah.
not enough of Saul in order for me to say like
Yeah.
he is a better character than I don't remember who he went up against. But
But hey, you know what?
3PO, right?
If you ever need anything, you better call him.
Mhm.
Yeah, better
All
call
right.
Saul.
We have to get to the next one. It's
Yes.
the greatest Darth ever lived, Jar Jar Binks.
yes,
Yes.
Darth Jar Jar,
Versus
the shit.
I Hate Sand Jr., Ahsoka Tano.
It doesn't just
What?
speak, does not make it. Ahsoka. It's Ahsoka.
I can't do
There's no
my
contest
girl
here. It's Ahsoka.
wrong.
No,
I
it's Ahsoka.
hate Stan Jr. So good.
Yeah.
That is the best way to describe Ahsoka Tano. I love that.
No, yeah. Ahsoka is a fucking incredible character.
I love that Say Wong is like he's trying to do the opposite right now. He's like, no, Jar Jar to win. Jar Jar's better than Ahsoka. What?
No,
Ahsoka is arguably the best character in Star Wars. I do not know what you're
Oh, there's 2 votes for Jar Jar.
oh no,
Oh my god. Okay. This is gonna
there
be
it is.
Darth Maul. This is gonna be the new Darth Maul.
Oh man.
So what do you guys say?
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka for me.
Ahsoka-
You followed
Tano.
her from being young, from being a child essentially, to becoming this wizened Jedi. We followed her whole story, so she has so much development and so much depth and all of that, and has become jaded about the Jedi, and then realized, okay, wait, no, there is some good stuff here, and like, it's
Yeah, but the fact that she ends as a gray Jedi is like it's chef's kiss. You know what I mean?
exactly,
Mhm, mhm.
and has expanded the universe and the lore and everything, and again, was one of my first crushes. We're just gonna get that out there, and we're gonna leave it there, and then we're gonna move on.
And
Your first crush was Jar Jar, you said?
yeah.
No, not George. Oh, I mean, you know what? Hey, that tongue. No.
Oh my god! And the woman who plays Ahsoka Tano is one of my lifetime crushes. So there we go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which one? Rosario Dawson?
Rosario Dawson, man, come on.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, she
But
was
I
the
was talking
first
about
one that
Clone Wars
played
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. So
I was talking about
Yeah,
Clone Wars Ahsoka.
No, but I mean, she's like that is Dominican fire right there.
okay. Well, now I
Moving
feel
on.
like I
We're
need to
moving on.
shower.
We are
I think we
moving
talked
on.
about Dominican fire earlier.
I mean, we were talking about Haitian fire, so that is the same
Oh,
thing.
Haitian. Yeah.
I
It's the same island, so I mean that's
I
fine.
feel like that. I feel like you need to have
It's
ointment for
Hispaniola.
that.
It's right. My Hispaniola. He knows his history.
All
I
right.
say Ahsoka, but I have to say, look. So here's something that y'all probably already know. So Ahsoka went from one medium to another. She was like one of the first characters to do that in Star Wars, right? And then, but she actually parallels with the second Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, who started off on the Batman TV show and then went into the comics and became a beloved character through that. So it's very similar. And as we know, I love Batgirl. So that's
Yes.
And WB does not.
right. No, they don't.
Nope.
And that's why he's on my list.
All right. And we have to get to the last one of this round because this
Yes,
is the most
I know,
crucial
which
one.
one this is.
Here we
Darth
go.
100%.
It is Darth Maul versus the woman who died of sadness,
That's it.
Padme Amidala.
This is a repeat of the last time we did this bracket, and the chat rallied around to piss me off and said Darth Maul was not better than Padme Amidala, who Padme Amidala has such a shitty fucking arc in Star Wars to begin with. Versus
I swear to the gods themselves, if Padme wins this again.
Uh-oh.
oh, you're kidding.
Uh-oh. It's
You're-
happening.
Okay,
It's happening.
hey, Sack Deadpool, I agree. She was my sexual awakening. We're not going to talk about this. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
we're really
is,
not.
no, we're not. We're not going to talk about this. I'm outing
Conversation you
myself
wanna-
on this show.
Not a conversation you want to have with your mother on the same stream.
No, and I have had it with my mother. Don't worry about it. So, you know, the point is that she got better in Clone Wars. She was a better character in the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
That being said, Darth Maul, also in Clone Wars, was an infinitely better character overall.
100%.
Oh,
Darth
yeah, no,
Maul
that's-
has
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah.
character arcs in all of Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah, if he hadn't been in Clone Wars, it would be Padme hands down because he wasn't in the prequels that much. Like, I mean, he really
Right.
wasn't that much of a character, but
he
then
was,
they really
he was
expanded on it.
basically Boba Fett before we
Mhm.
got him again in books and stuff, obviously. But he
Mhm,
was Boba
mhm.
Fett, where it was like it's just a cool looking character, whatever. But then they've expanded both of those characters into being these really fleshed out, deep.
And he has one of the most badass fight scenes with the Ahsoka Tano. So I mean, it's like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
like you have these amazing fight scenes. He does eventually end up fighting Padme with Boba Fett.
Yes, and Luke's mother.
Oh God,
And Luke's father.
ruined so many stocks to Natalie Portman.
Oh my gosh. Okay, just so we can move along, I'm going to say Darth Maul.
Great,
Just
good. Thank you.
Yeah, Darth Maul. Generally better character arc. Again, one of the best reintroductions. You already had a cool introduction in Star Wars in Episode 1, right? But the best reintroduction of any character in almost any medium.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot about the thing with him and Savage and Palpatine.
Yeah.
So
I
had the best fight with
love
Palpatine too.
Yeah.
Because
Best
so
fight-
Savage Press had,
Live action fight in Star Wars is Maul versus
is
Obi-Wan
the
and
original,
Qui-Gon. Yeah, it's. I mean, it
I
is.
don't know. I would say Obi-Wan. Like one of my favorite fight scenes in all of Star Wars is Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar.
That's
That
my
one too,
second
yeah.
favorite, but that first one, just the way that they shot it and how it was like they had to like wait and then go
And they
then
traveled, and it was this
yeah.
expansive where it almost had its own arc.
It was like an epic battle, and that's what
that's how you
yeah.
should do a fight, exactly.
Yeah.
But again,
So-
Maul when Maul gets reintroduced, it's like, okay, you have this giant fucking mechanical spider crawling
Right.
around in the darkness, repeating the Sith code to himself.
Yeah, to keep himself alive.
Right, because he
It's-
had lost his sanity, so he just kept.
Fuck,
Look.
man. Yeah.
So
He is like my role model for spite. He's like, I'm gonna stay alive just to fuck with you all. Like,
Right.
I mean,
He
that's what
literally,
he did.
his vengeance kept him alive. It's
Yes.
it's just yeah, it's great. So
wonderful.
the chat has turned against us. So
Hold on. This is just for the chat right here. All of you motherfuckers voting for fucking Padme.
so anyway,
So Deece, you're saying Padme, right?
Yeah, all Padme all day.
Okay.
God, damn.
Darth Maul 100%. Darth Maul.
Good.
And of course, we all know that Graveyard is #1 Padme stan.
Yes.
So
Yes, of course.
Well, the secret is you don't watch the Clone Wars. You don't know anything else about Darth Maul other than what's in the books. All right, so that is our first round. So to kind of recap, Jabba
wait,
the
who
Hutt.
won that one?
Wait, was it Maul?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. Even the chat, you couldn't do it this time.
There's more rows on
Do it this
screen
time.
than you guys voting on the chat. So Jabba the Hutt beat Max Rebo. Boba the Fett beat Qui-Gon Jinn. Leia beat Jin Urso. Luke beat Grand Moff Tarkin. Palpatine beat Bo.
Wait. We did Leia versus Jyn Erso? I don't remember that.
It was last week.
That was
Oh, okay.
I see. Okay.
Palpatine beat out Bo Katan. Mando beat Finn. Han beat Rey. C-3PO beat Sol.
Yeah.
Thrawn beat Cassiander. Grogu beat Kylo Ren. Yoda beat R2-D2. Anakin beat Neil. Obi-Wan beat Moff Gideon. Chewie beat Cal Kestis. Ahsoka Tano beat Jar Jar Binks. And Darth Maul beat Padme. And the best fight ever in Star Wars is the lowest quarrel between R2-D2 and C-3PO. Thank you. All right?
It
That's
certainly
going to
is
be
the
a bitch
longest fight
slap
in Star
fight
Wars.
to
you're not wrong.
And when R2 loses, he just gets his memory banks wiped from C-3PO.
So can we get a
Man, that's a bucket
preview
reference.
of brackets for next week?
What was that?
Can we get a preview?
I'm going to preview,
next
of
week.
the matchups.
Yes, that in the order I said. So Jabba is going against Boba Fett. Luke is going against Leia.
Against Boba Fett.
Mhm.
Oh man,
Luke
Okay.
against Leia.
Luke.
wow.
Fuck, all right.
These are good matches already.
Yeah.
Palpatine versus Mando.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's gonna be a good one.
Han
I mean, hey,
versus
that may happen.
C-3PO.
we know it.
That happened already.
Yeah.
Thrawn versus Grogu.
Oh.
So it's a blue guy versus a green guy.
Yeah. Yoda versus Anakin.
Ooh.
Obi-Wan versus Chewie.
All right.
And
All
Ahsoka
right.
Tano versus Darth Maul.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, I mean, we know.
Yeah, they've
yeah,
done that.
Right.
They did
Yeah.
that.
that's
But-
happened.
But remember,
That's
we're going for who's the better character. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
that fight was so good.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
know,
again,
Ahsoka
that's
Tano's fights were all good.
the thing is what's crazy is Ahsoka and Darth Maul are arguably two of the most well-written characters in Star Wars. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like really, really hard to choose from. That is a championship level fight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have a couple of those in this next round because we have
Oh, yeah.
Leia, we've got Jabba versus Boba Fett. Like there is going to be some hard arguments next week, guys. So
So
next
tune in
week
next
is going to
week.
be deja vu
sorry,
because
not next
we've all
week.
done that.
not next week, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah.
Are we doing bracket tomorrow?
Yeah.
We are doing just a bracket tomorrow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
Maybe.
I have to be there.
I may have to hand it off.
Are
Oh.
you got a con?
I'm probably going to Michigan to film something.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. it's-
Oh,
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
on
If the
OnlyFans.
snowstorm doesn't happen, yes. I go 500 miles away from my OnlyFans.
Yes,
Well, we will.
you're that committed.
Remember, his OnlyFans is just the beard. So
Yeah.
Well, of course. Speaking of his OnlyFans, we do have merch, people.
Oh God, he's doing it. All right. They do it on this show, but let me get to the right page here.
Oh, no, I didn't realize we didn't do it on this show. I was just going.
Fine. James is in the chat, so we have to do it now.
Okay, great, yeah.
Right.
So,
Danny James might get mad at us.
Yeah.
So that-
we
yeah,
got merch, people.
We got merch, people. I had nothing queued up, so I was like, I got that. I love.
Hey, there we go. Yeah,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we
do it
got.
all analog.
If you are interested in distance nerding merch, all you got to do is hit us on whatever social media platform you choose to. $20 for a t-shirt, 25 if we got to ship it to you, 30 if you're in Florida because Florida man. And then of course, we have shirts. We've got no hats anymore.
No.
You know that beautiful hat that is on top of Graveyard's head. If you want a hat, the last hat that we had was
If you want a hat, go to Michigan on Fridays.
no, I was just, the last hat we had is in New Jersey because it was given to Ming Chen. So I mean, if you guys
Yes,
want to try,
so go find Ming Chen.
yeah, go find Ming Chen and he can give you hat.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
he
give him a
will-
bottle of Malort, he
I
probably
was about to
will
say
give
he
you
will
the hat.
happily trade it for a bottle of Malort. Yeah.
I can't pay it just to give it away. I would never do that. I couldn't buy it. Every fiber in my being would go, nope.
Right. It's just, yeah.
So yes, we have merch now, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get going here, I need everybody to give me your pluggable. So of course, the guest of the hour here,
Yes.
Deece, go ahead and give us all your pluggables, everything you got everything you got going on, not butt plugs, but everything else. So go ahead.
Yeah. For the comic book Kill Stand #2 coming out late February, early March. So follow the Kickstarter. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. You can follow the Kickstarter. Maybe it won't post, maybe not. Anyway, follow me on Instagram, inferno.earth on Instagram. The link to the Kickstarter is in there. The more followers we have on the Kickstarter when it launches, the higher up in the algorithm we get. So we want to fully fund quickly like we did last time. So follow that. And if you want to get a copy of #1, you can do that through hit me up on Instagram. It's inferno.earth is the website. That's the Facebook. That's the Instagram. Or you can follow me personally at Deece.comedy on Instagram and Deece Comedy for tour dates coming to a town near you. I've got dates all across the country throughout this year. So come see a show. You can get my special, Not Your Cup of Tea, on my website, Deece Comedy. It's all pay what you want right now on special. So, you can pay $5-10, get the whole download the hour video or you can even pay $1. It's a dick move, but you'll still get it. And but the comic book, yeah, check it out. Kill Stand. It's flying off shelves in places where it's at. So get yourself a copy, and that's it.
Great.
Awesome. Shadu, you've got 2 people to cover, so do your thing.
I do. All right. So I am SHG Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I currently do Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, lore for my own fantasy world, my own custom music, paranormal investigations, and so much other nerdy stuff. I am also on Frey's channel. We have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. Journals of the Ancestors replace Journals of the Classes. In that series, we will go over the different peoples, ancestries, or species that inhabit the worlds of D&D. In the meantime, we are filming Season 2 of Classified. I am in the Distant Starting Sphere as well. I am on the download on Tuesdays, the build on Thursdays, sometimes Fridays, very sure you're watching right now, and supposedly, I am on Kyber Cave Productions. Supposedly.
That is great. Graveyard, it's on you.
Oh, I do nothing at all.
All right,
I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod Out at Night Mostly podcast.
Mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
If you just click that notification, you would notice an hour and 12 minutes ago the new episode was released.
I saw it.
Ooh.
I was tempted to say something, but I was like, he knows.
How
Oh,
fortuitous.
I know. I'm the one that does the work to post it, so I know when it's going live. I'm also the host of Conversations in the Void. You should check out the show we had last night. It's every Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central, because that's where I live, Central Time Zone. The only time
Because
zone
there
in
are other
America.
time
That is-
zones, James.
That is the only time zone that matters, of course. Yeah.
Bullshit. The only time zone that matters is Pacific time, and we know that.
There's
Whatever.
more of us in distance during than Central than there is Pacific Time.
Yeah, and you all run based on.
We just let you believe you guys are in charge.
We do. And go make sure to check out our Twitch channel as well, where we stream to Twitch. And I am gaming out on all horror games, retro and new. I have one more chapter of Until Dawn before it's done. And we just got the trailer drop today for the movie, so I'm excited for that. And I'm also doing Silent Hill 2. And yeah, it's lots of fun. And that's every Monday when I can, Friday evening after the build on Fridays, and Sunday or Saturday mornings as well. So make sure to check it out.
Oh, you've been running on Saturdays?
Mhm.
I got to start.
You're still in sleepy time when I'm running it, so
I'm gonna have to start waking up and watching it.
but that is the casual gaming Saturdays. It's not horror, it's casual games. Right now I'm playing Mario and Luigi Brothership. So.
Nice. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I am your boy, Young Phil, distance nerding all the places. Social media, if it exists, we are there on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, never calling it X, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. We are now on Blue Sky, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, Jamez's glasses, judging you for not buying all the merch that's available in the store. And of course, every single thing that Shadu will do for money, to include a 3-penny opera. And now that Shadu knows what a ZJ is, he's definitely giving out ZJs.
No, I'm not. I never promised any of this.
Oh no, we promised for him. Just remember,
Whoa.
pennies
I didn't realize that could happen.
for 2 pennies. You said you will do anything for money for 2 pennies.
I did, but I meant
We'll
to
give you
say
the
to
ZJ.
elaborate. I meant to elaborate on how much money. There's certain amounts for these things. Also, my light is
Okay.
falling down. There's
He
certain
looks
amounts
like
for
he's
these
ready
things.
for some money. Look at that. Oh my god.
No. There we go.
Again,
And I raised him.
I was gonna say again, the worst jokes to be telling while your mom's on the stream with you. All right.
Oh, whatever. It's
Of course, if you would like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of whoever's paying for a 3-penny opera. And you can shoot us an email at your favorite place, our favorite place, the only place where emails exist. Dist.
Did you get new glasses? Those look like new glasses.
No, they're same ones.
Those are
Okay.
his Arizona glasses, okay?
Oh, okay. They just look different because you're in Phoenix. That's what it is.
I think that's what it is. It's because I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. There's for some reason my glasses look more distinguished.
I didn't say they look more distinguished.
She said they look different.
By different, I mean you look shitty. Stop. Full stop. All right. And it's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read it live on air. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. It is now time for the dance party, to the extent of a dance party that we can do while I'm in the hotel room.
While I'm in the land of no, no, no.
While I'm in the land of the territory of Arizona. So let's get this. Yo, she's already dancing. Look, she's ready. Hey. All right, we'll start that.
I think that's called a convulsion.
I got the shakes.
Star Wars.
Yes, it is the Famicom Star Wars video game.
Distant nerding.
Okay, that was a bat for a second. That's a dinosaur.
Bat, dinosaur, they're all the same.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Ship of Theseus.
Oh, he has a sheep of Theseus for Wanda.
Increasing density.
Oh, cute. Is that Death Cab for Cutie?
He is a Kylo Ren stand, so yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Longers.
Where is Madison?
I found her why. It's not where you find it.
Oh, he's gone. Oh.
We'll see everybody tomorrow.
Bye.